Celebrity historian Raffi Andonian joining me once again because December is National Tie Month. Man, you brought a great spread of ties. Also, what do we need to know about this?
Of course, I got my pink bow tie unusual. You wore the bow tie for me.
Well.
I love it.
Absolutely. So historical context. How did this even get its start?
So if you look at images of the founding fathers, for example, in the 18th century, you'll find different versions of neckwear. I'll give you a couple examples.
Okay.
You'll see George Washington wear one, and a very popular image of him in what's called a stock, which is when you cover.
I can see it in my mind.
Yeah, and you can see it be on his neck, kind of very gently or delicately sewn right on the neck. That's seen as more aristocratic. Sometimes you might see Thomas Jefferson, who's more of sort of a populist in some ways, if you will. He would wear what would be more like a cravat, which is kind of more this, it kind of comes off the neck. That's right, more billowy in the front. Exactly, that's exactly right. In England, for example, certainly in London, you know, where you have a lot of influence for fashion.
Right, a lot of fashion,
there were these folks known as macaronis. They would wear these big old bow ties with diamond studded shoes, believe it or not, and rouge on their cheeks. These are men that were wearing that.
Very showy.
Very showy, because bow ties were associated, or what we would call bow ties, with being showy. And over the course of the 19th century, as things get more conservative, the bow tie starts to get a little smaller. It has its element of that style because it has that bigger bow at the top, but of course it's kind of more muted because it's not as crazy huge as some of the earlier, you know, romantic era, late 18th, early 19th century stuff.
Love it.
And of course for me, if it's the season for it, right? This is what I'm going to go around to the Christmas parties and other holidays parties looking like, as a big bow tie, a big Christmas, you know, gift, if you will.
You're like a big
ribbon.
Christmas present.
That's right.
Absolutely, just a ribbon on top.
Exactly, and it's real. Because you can actually, I actually tie my bow ties, as I know you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so that means that we, you know,
you can
it's
let
a real.
It loose a little bit,
that's right. We can let it loose. And when we're going around, it means that we're actually tying it because we're real people, right? We're authentic people.
As the night wears on, you look more and more like this. Raffi, thanks for joining me. As always, filling us in on the history of ties. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks for tying it in.
Love it. Yeah, stick around. We got more happening later.